Jack asked me if I had anything on my mind after speaking the last couple of days to 600-700 people. A couple things that come to mind is out of every 100 people, there's 5 or 10 that raise their hand that are serious about getting better. It's a real sad state, to be honest with you, because they're not even interested in their own potential. People show up with no notepad to take notes on at a sales rally. The first thing a person does is walk right up to me and say, well, you know, my kids got potential, they need a coach like you. And I'm like, no, man, let's talk about you. Let's talk about your potential. Let's not talk about your kids' potential. Let's talk about your potential. So one of the things I've learned is that a small percentage of people are actually interested in greatness. They're actually interested in pushing and expanding and growing. Most people are in a very complacent state, which means they just go through the motion. They produce a little bit, but they really don't raise their hand and say, I'm ready to go play at a much higher level. And they're a lot more interested in their kids' potential than their own potential. Potential is not age specific. It's important to all of us. We all got a lot more potential in the tank. So that's some observations I had over the last couple of days, that we're trying so hard to get people engaged in their own potential. They ought to come with batteries included and say, how do I get better? They ought to be curious in their potential. They ought to have an intensity and an interest in their own potential. But sadly, very few people raise their hand and say, I'm in, coach. Put me in because I'm ready to get better. Don't let that be you.